Alright. Now everybody wants to know the truth about a brother named Quick. I come from the school of the slow, wicked, and the slick. A lot of people already know exactly where it's at, 'cause it's the home of the jackets and
Okay, it's another week. This is the Donovan Saadiq Show. Welcome. We love to have you every week as we talk about the latest shenanigans going on in the Inland Empire, especially Moreno Valley, which is a thing within itself. So, got a lot of stuff to talk about. I'm going to be joined by Mean Sean Fortine, and he's going to be joining us as soon as he can get here. If not, I'm just going to go ahead and say what's on my mind and just get it out there. So, I want to thank you guys for all the listeners. Last week, we had over 10,000 people on the radio listening to us rant and rave, and you guys really like the videos that we do, so we're really good about that. So I guess we're more of a video society than we are a getting on the radio old school. If you look back there, I have a phonograph, and I still play albums because albums are coming back. God, but they're so expensive. One album is like $20, but go on eBay or Amazon, you might get a cheaper album. But yeah, I got a lot of stuff going on with that back there. So just got the Family album, which is a group that was produced by Prince. And anything affiliated with Prince or Michael Jackson, the prices skyrocket because that's a very hard album to get. And if those of you who are Prince fans, you will remember that was Bell. You will remember that the Family had two hits in the 80s. The most popular one was The Screams of Passion, and High Fashion was released as a single. But their most notable song was Nothing Compares to You, that was made famous by Sinead O'Connor, but they were the first group that actually did that song. So for those of you who didn't know, that's music trivia for you. Didn't want to put on the turtle cups. I kind of like this where I'm double mic. So with this one, I'm double mic'd a little bit, so it's kind of a little bit better for me. So anyway, tomorrow in the Moreno Valley City Council, they have to come to a decision if they're going to go to a special election or if they're going to appoint. Now, it looks like to me they are going to appoint, because to bring somebody up there like you did Yucatan Gutierrez 4 years ago with a acceptance speech already in hand is going to have the city up in arms. And I just don't see enough people putting in applications or whatever they're going to do. So I think a special election is going to happen. So that's a good thing. And if they're smart, they will go to the special election, because they really have no room to say why not to have a special election. We are a solvent city, a lot of money in our reserves, according to them, even though it's accounting tricks. And $80,000 for a special election, so what? So what? And when they keep talking about, well, we want to save money. Well, we want to save democracy. Let the people in District 4 decide who will represent them. And $80,000 is way cheaper than what it cost us to get Idiot Gutierrez up off of that seat. And that's the way I feel about it. He cost us, in just litigation alone, over $100,000. So a lot of noise has been made about Evan Moron. This is a man that's on the school board. You saw the video. There's been two videos out. One video where he is street racing and using homophobic slurs, racial slurs, feminist slurs, you name it. It is hard to believe that this man has daughters. And the other video is where Mr. Morgan in 2010 is playing with dolls. Now, what a grown man is doing playing with dolls, and I'm going to come to his defense in this aspect, because Mr. Morgan, I don't know why he was put out of the military, but it is very apparent to me that he has a mental issue where his maturity level isn't where it should be, conducive to his age. And that's just my opinion on Mr. Morgan. But in the second video, he's playing with dolls. And as he's playing with these dolls, he's simulating forcible rape. Now, I don't have any kids on the school board, or not in the school board, but in the school district. But if I did, I would be highly concerned that this man is on the school board. Now, for those of you that don't know, look at the history of Moreno Valley. We have had a member of the school board that was convicted of pimping and pandering 15-year-old girls, and he was a member of the school board. That is what we're dealing with here in the city of Moreno Valley. There's a lot of corruption, and there's a lot of, this is basically the wild, wild west. And it's very sad because this was a really great city. When there was a military base here, you didn't really have a lot of these problems. Plenty of money because of the influx of money that the base had brought to the local community. But now that the base has scaled back, we've been, through housing busts and stuff like that. I've seen it all happen here, and it's very, very sad. So, which thus is why I do my show. And, I know a lot of my friends from Okinawa and in the military say, gosh, Donovan is so, hard. He's so involved in the politics and, whatever. Well, you also got to remember, I wish I can live in a city that is over 100 years old. My city is only 33 years old. It was formed in 1984. So we're still a very young and immature city. And a lot of people from LA moved out here. And, wherever you move from, I don't care, where you move from, that's irrelevant. But, you can't take your formative years and just throw those out, because who you are in your formative years is who you're going to be. And so if you come from LA, which a majority of people do come that live here, they come with their LA ideas. And LA's had some problems with their police department, with their city corruption. And, it's all part of the process. And you got to look at everything as a whole. So, I could sit here like a lot of people that was in the Matrix. And, here's the funny thing. When you're in the Matrix, and I talk about this a lot, when you're in the Matrix, you cannot help but go along with what everybody's doing. You are so busy trying to make a living that you just, to you that's normal. But when you're outside of the Matrix, like I'm outside of the Matrix, and I'm seeing what's going on, go to the movie. The movie exactly talks about what the world really is. And if you remember in the movie, when Neo took the blue pill or the red pill, whatever pill it was, he actually saw the world for what it was, not for what they showed him it to be. And that is what's really going on in the world right now. We have this utopian idea of how everything should be fair and everything should be this, but that isn't the case at all. So it's just one of those things where you have to really look at where you're at. And my co-host Sean has made it in. Come on, Sean. And it's just one of those things where you really have to look at where you're at, and that's Bell attacking Sean as he walks in and everything like that. But you have to really look at where you're at and see the world for what it is. And a lot of people, want to look away because to see the truth is very, very scary. And I would say it's scary. And maybe I wouldn't want to look either. But for those of us that have taken the blue pill and you see the world for what it is far more scarier seeing the people in the Matrix than the people that are outside the Matrix. So that's something to think about, whatever the deal is. So my co-host Sean has finally arrived, and we started the show without you,
Okay.
so it's no big deal. I was talking, I kind of alluded a little bit to the upcoming thing tomorrow. And the way I look at it is this. What do we do? Appoint or special election?
Oh, special election, no doubt about it.
And, why do you think we should go to a special election? I mean, I've already said we have the money, we're solvent.
The voters are supposed to get to decide on who is in that seat. It's that simple.